East Podcast, WATP.
Bryan Callen finally came back from his long European vacation. And it's nice to see him go through the motions with Brendan Schaub. I want to get into that first off. Now, as we know, the fighter and the kid recently moved out to Austin, and they're doing the show from a whole new studio. And Bryan's been living there for a few months, and Brendan's moved there recently and is having a hard time acclimating to the area. He's really an LA guy, and it's been tough for him. But at least he has friends there. You know, when Brendan Schaub moves there, it's like Joe Rogan and the Mothership and all the comics, and Bryan Callen, his longtime co-host on The Fighter and the Kid. So I want to start off by looking at a clip from the Golden Hour, Chris D'Elia, asking Brendan about how things are going out in Austin.
So how far do you live from Bryan Callen?
You know, I have no clue where he's at.
Now that's a friend. Right. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get it.
That is what a good friend is.
No.
Is that insane? Yeah. This guy moves out to be with this guy and do this show, and he's never gone to his house or even knows where it is. You would think that'd be the first thing Bryan would be like, yeah, man, when you get in, swing over, or let's go out to eat, come back here, watch UFC or something. No idea where he lives.
That's where his family and the people he cares about are at. Why would he bring him there? It's worth noting that he is bracing the chair like he always is now. He's like holding on to it like it's a life raft, this Brendan Schaub.
Oh, God. Every time I see Eric Griffin's face, I kick myself. Like, why are we not making fun of this idiot more? I keep forgetting.
Because it's too easy.
It's too fun. It sucks.
No, the good friend's right here. You two are pieces of shit, okay? That's what that is right there. He don't know where Bryan lives. So has Bryan been on the lake with you guys?
Bryan hasn't been on the podcast.
Dude.
He's in fucking Italy looking at
That's got to be the first time Chris D'Elia said something funny. From what I can tell. That was well placed and well said.
Statues with dicks.
Yeah. Fucking Bryan on the lake. We should get him on the air.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into it. We have our friend back, and this is called Rinks is Back, episode 1100 of The Fighter and the Kid. And the other element that we've been talking about is their producer, Chin. Now, Chin also had to move from LA to Austin to continue to produce The Fighter and the Kid. And they've been clowning him because he has nowhere to live. And he's been having to fly back and forth from LA because there's nowhere to go. Well, I'm happy to tell you that turns out Chin has a new place. He finally found a place to live.
No,
How about Chin's living here full time now, dude?
How do you feel, buddy? You like where you're living?
I kind of do, yeah, but I have to.
How far is it from here, Chin?
Dude, like 8 minutes.
Oh, damn,
it's super close. But I mean, I have this ridiculously huge backyard that I'm not going to use.
All right, it's like,
but I have to pay for like the mowing by twice a week.
Damn.
No, I'm sorry, twice a month. Twice a month.
Okay.
So maybe you can do some sprints or some yoga.
There's so much room, Bryan.
Get out in the sun.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
I've seen the video. It's less than an acre. I don't know what he's talking about, but I think this is very typical of people from LA. They're like, holy shit, there's so much space. I have a yard. It's crazy. I can play cornhole back there if I wanted to. It's wild what's going on. But he's complaining about it.
Mm-hmm. Is Chin working the sound?
I think so.
Is that his job? So he's just stopped doing his job then? He's just given up?
Well, do you think it sounds like shit? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's overmodulated. They're all always distorted, even him.
It's always overmodulated. Yeah, I know. I hate it when I'm editing it because I can even just see it in the waveform.
Yeah, so what's he doing? He's not doing his job.
Well,
competing with the AC.
You are gonna find out in a little bit what they make Chin do, because these guys do zero prep, and at certain points in the show they go, all right, Chin, what do you got for us?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's intentional. He does know what he's doing.
We're gonna see that for sure. Yeah, you think he's sabotaging these guys?
Absolutely. It's a very simple fix.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you're onto something, because he gets called out here, and they try to figure out reasons why he might want to have a lawn.
Yeah. Get a dog.
Buy yourself
I know that's one of the reasons why I was like, maybe this is the time to actually.
Now you got a
dog.
yard. Yeah, it'd be a great time to get a dog.
Yeah, man.
You're all lonely by yourself and shit.
It's gonna be a little lonely.
Yeah, get a dog,
For a
man.
while.
You got that big yard?
Get a dog.
You don't like mowing lawns?
Brendan goes, you don't like mowing lawns? As if this guy's mowing lawns. Brendan Schaub. What's your problem, man? You don't want to get a push mower out there?
He goes out of his way to be a dick.
He does. You're lonely, man. You should get a dog, you lonely prick. He's like, yeah, I am lonely, actually. Thanks.
He's projecting, and it was a week ago that Brendan was like, I don't know where to get my coffee yet.
Yep. Oh, no, this is definitely like the bullied becoming the bully.
Oh, you're not acclimated yet? That's all you've been talking about for the last however many episodes, Brendan.
Mm-hmm. And so, of course, we get into the question about, like, are there a lot of bugs out here? You guys notice there's a bunch of bugs out here in Austin?
In Texas, like bugs, you gotta get a guy who takes care of the bugs in your yard. There's all kinds of shit.
Yeah, you do all sorts of shit.
Do you guys see bugs in your house?
Oh my god, I told you about the
Tarantulas and
hawk.
shit. Yeah, all kinds.
Dude, we got a road runner at the house. That little motherfucker. First of all, they're cool, and he just fucks up lizards, whatever, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like seeing him around.
Oh yeah.
A nice road runner.
Yep.
I feel like they're good.
We
luck.
got fox. We got raccoons. Deer are everywhere.
I haven't seen, besides these crazy fucking insects and snakes, I haven't seen anything dangerous.
Yeah, I saw a garter snake.
I see deers all the time.
Is he doing that on purpose? Because he says it a lot, deers.
Yeah.
Is that a joke? Because he's dumb.
No, he's stupid.
He's stupid,
That's no
so,
joke.
So if you're like going for like isn't it funny I pronounce it wrong thing, it's like, well,
No.
that's not for you.
No. He's stuttering John when he would say beers. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Get some beers. Get some beers. By the way, they don't like each other at all.
No.
And
You're looking at this body language.
yeah, this guy doesn't want to be here, Brian. And
No.
I'm just trying to imagine the person that's listening to this, and then someone comes over to tell them something, and they're like, no, hold on. I got to finish this list of animals. Give me a second.
Raccoons.
Who is listening to this?
Oh, I know. This is so phoned in. It's crazy. Also, I like that Chin goes, a lot of bugs in my place. You guys have bugs in your houses? Like, oh, yeah. Tarantulas, scorpions. It's crazy. Oh, you could have told me that before we all moved to Austin, right? Someone could have given me a heads up. This is how on
Sucker.
Earth. Yeah, we're living at How on Earth, and this is cool with everyone. Huh? All right.
Now we know that Chin hasn't been listening to the show because that's all he's been talking about.
Well, I thought this was really interesting because Chin starts telling a story about how he actually has one friend. There's one friend that he has living in Austin.
One thing I'm excited for is my buddy Steve, who lives here in Austin. So thankfully I have some friends here. He was telling me, like, let's go, when you're settled in, let's go hunting and fishing. And apparently, I thought I needed a license to hunt for, some stuff here. But for pigs, you don't need a license. You can just hunt them.
Okay. So he has one friend. They're going to go hunting. He doesn't need a license to go after wild hogs, which is something that Brian was talking about when he was selling Brendan on this move. Because Brian has this rich friend who flies a helicopter and hunts from the helicopter and takes out these hogs. Sounds fun.
Sounds like cheating.
It does. It does sound a little bit like cheating. But because they brought up hunting pigs, he has to remind everyone about his cool friend.
You can just hunt them.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is dope. I cannot wait to do that.
Where's them piggies at? Everyone says there's a big pig problem. I haven't seen any of
I
them.
haven't seen any piggies.
I know, man.
And apparently they're all over the place. Ain't seen them.
They keep telling
My
me.
buddy Shane, when he's on his helicopter,
Yeah,
he
he
sees
shoots them.
hogs all day long.
I don't see no piggies.
No, me neither.
I didn't see one pig. I said
ain't
a bunch
seen
of
one
deer.
pig.
This is a weird thing that they do on this show. It might be a West Coast thing, or it might just be these guys have odd things to talk about. They just repeat the same thing. You see any pigs? I don't see any pigs. Yeah, where are those piggies at? I don't know. I don't see pigs.
Actually, it's what they call podcasting. I think they think that's their flow.
Well, actually, Brian gets one more in here.
Gotta get my gun out, shoot some pigs. Haven't seen any though.
Yep, we heard you, man.
It was worthless.
Guys, it'd be cool if we were shooting pigs, but I don't know where they're at. My buddy in the helicopter knows where they're at. I don't know.
I have a gun.
Cool.
Yeah.
I gotta find those piggies, man.
Piggies.
Yep. Love them guns.
Yeah, piggies and guns.
Yeah.
Chin, you were saying something? You have a friend? What was that?
By the way, I think
What's
this
that
Brendan. Yeah, exactly, Chris. I think he's seething. I think the second he said, "I have a friend," and Brendan saw he meant a real friend, like an actual person, he was stunned.
He got
and
jealous.
and angry.
Yeah.
And then Brian starts talking about his friend, and he's just like, "Yeah, I don't have a piggy. Never seen one of them piggies. That'd be fun. Somebody invited me to do that. Where the fuck do you live, Brian?"
Why won't you tell me where you live, Brian?
The neighbors brought me a gift you haven't been by once.
One of the biggest concerns I have about this show, these guys read the internet a lot. So you asked what Chin does. One of the things he does is he Googles for them. And so they just start reading the internet to us.
The main predators that kill deer are mountain lions, coyotes, and bobcats.
Oh, yeah, a lot of bobcats.
Yeah? How many seen? It's in South Texas.
Okay.
I'm telling you, there's not shit around us, dude.
Wow.
Or even feral hogs.
They kill those
Can you
big deer.
Can you put Austin? Black bear in Austin.
Hey, Chin, Google this thing for us that I didn't research ahead of time. And then
black bear.
that way we can talk about it.
Any bear. You know what? Any
Coyotes and
bear.
mountain lions. Yep. In Austin, Texas.
Not in the suburbs, though, Bubba. You know how big Austin is?
I think there are a lot of them out there
I
watching
wish.
you at all times.
While bears are not commonly found in Austin, there have been occasionally, that means no.
Yeah.
Individual black bears wandering from other areas. Yeah, so they're not here.
Looking for mates.
Boy, what a good place to be a deer, though.
Not bad.
It's pronounced deers.
This is a ridiculous conversation. Brian goes, there's black bears around here. Google that. No, there's not. Oh, okay. What are we doing? I mean, how do you guys... I would be so nervous to sit down on this set and be like, we got to fill an hour right now. I got brain dead McGee next to me, and I haven't prepped fucking anything. Chin's pissed at us. He lives in a shithole with a big yard, and I got to sit here and try to make with the waka waka.
And it's hot in here.
It's hot as balls. Turn off the air conditioner. It's too loud. I don't know how you live a life like this.
Brian is spending time with his ex-girlfriend trying to convince them that they're still friends and everything's still cool and this second half of their life is going to be fine and he's going to do great without him. Like, that's what this is like.
Right. And he's spending time with the ex and going like, all right, so I just got to bounce and go over to the mothership. Oh, what's going on at the mothership? Well, it's kind of my new thing that I do now. And it's like, you wouldn't like it though. Don't even bother. Don't worry about it.
Not for you.
Yeah, it's not for you. It's my new thing that I'm doing.
And can I just point out that I think it's only during the Stern Show later years where Howard Stern, who had been doing this a long time and really was an artist, was like, I don't want to make eye contact with this person and this person. It's distracting. I just want to look at this person. Like, okay, that's an interesting choice. These two made the choice. We're not going to face each other.
Right.
We don't want to make eye contact. We're going to have a conversation and look elsewhere. And it's causing this real fractured, uncomfortable, like couples therapy session. It feels like we're looking at.
And it's not like they're looking into the camera. It's one thing if you have like two co-hosts next to each other and they're looking straight ahead and they're presenting to the camera. They're just like sitting there going, well, Chin, what do you got? You got anything over? Got anything to talk about over there? I mean, look at how bad this gets as far as Brian like trying to figure out what to talk about.
Yeah. I ate some elk yesterday.
How was it?
Very good. Little elk backstrap. Courtesy of a guy named Tim Kennedy.
That'll do it.
Got a lot of game meat. Yeah.
What do you got, Jim?
Alrighty.
That'll
There's not
do
a ton
it.
of current events, but then Nick actually had a bunch. So I'm going to jack some of his. But for the first one, let's check this out.
This is real time right here. Look at this.
Have you found any good restaurants out here yet? Steve?
Really good sushi.
I had some elk meat. Cool. Hey, man, find something on the internet for us to look at. You have any, go to any restaurants that were good? I mean, what? This is the worst kind of small talk. Guys, we're on air. Guys, I see that sign up there. It's on air. We're streaming this live. What do you? Well, they actually don't stream live because they're pussies. But
Brendan's not a performer. He can't pretend that everything Brian says is like a dagger in his heart. Every time he expresses having a life and just enjoying his life, he's like just bitter and angry about it.
wait until you see what's coming up, Adam. There is
Oh,
a huge moment on this show that I'm very excited to show you. But first, we asked about restaurants. We got to get into some barbecue talk. Because Brendan Schaub loves, since he's moved to Austin, he's wearing the cowboy hat, and he's got the boots, and he eats barbecue. He's fitting right in.
Have you found any good restaurants out here yet, B?
Really good sushi.
Yeah, there's good sushi.
Make sure you have all the money, though.
Yeah,
There's this place called Soto that flies their fish in from Japan.
can't be cheap.
It's so expensive, but it was so good. I was like, I'd like another plate of that, please.
Anything else? You're not a big barbecue guy, are you? Like brisket, ribs?
So there's a place called Leroy and Lewis. It's the best barbecue I've ever had in my life, by far.
Now, this is a very interesting dynamic you're going to see because Brendan wants to be the expert. He's been the one checking out all the restaurants. He knows all the good barbecue places. He's talked about that. So he goes, yeah, but what about barbecue? And Bryan has an answer. Brendan does not want him to have an answer.
Where's that?
Did I send you that video?
No, please
Leroy,
don't.
it's near the airport. It's so fucking
The
good.
airport's too far.
It might. So I ate with 4 people, right? And all of us said at the same time almost, that's the best pulled pork I've ever had in my life, including me.
I judge every place off its brisket. Anybody can do pulled
So
pork.
it's the best brisket I've ever had in my life. It's the best cornbread I've ever had in my life.
Interesting. But it's near the airport?
Yeah, I need you
Too
to go.
far. No, it's too far.
I need you to go there.
No, there's too much good barbecue closer.
Well, it's like 20 minutes away from the airport. I don't know what that means. You know, everything's 20 minutes away, right?
That's half.
See where Leroy and Lewis is from here.
Leroy and Lewis.
It's the best fucking barbecue.
I haven't
eaten
had
everywhere.
bad barbecue here, though.
Interstellar's
I've been
supposed to
to-
be great. Have you eaten there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Salt Lick, I'll go tomorrow.
Good stuff, guys. Brendan pretends to be a connoisseur. And he's like, I haven't had a bad barbecue yet. It's like, oh, then what are we talking about?
Why did you ask him if you're going to naysay every fucking
Yes,
thing he says?
I know. The guy who lived in LA for the last couple of decades is just like, oh, how far away is that? It's like, everything in LA takes an hour and a half. What are you talking about? What are you worried about?
All he was thinking was, who were those 4 friends?
Yep.
Oh, so you had 5 people sitting there and 1 seat empty, and you didn't. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's too far from me anyway. It's all the way by the airport. I wouldn't go there.
What a child.
All the barbecue's good.
He's such a child.
The fighter is the kid.
Right.
No, Bryan brings up elk, and he just dismisses it. Well, I haven't had elk,
Yep.
so it can't be good.
Moving on.
Yeah. What do you got, Chin?
What, have you had any good restaurants? The sushi's pretty good. All right, whatever. How about barbecue?
We've made it clear Chin can't afford any of this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You've got nothing, and you could have stretched that out for a minute at least. But
All right, this is really the crux of the episode right here. Okay. And Adam, you brought up earlier you think that he's sabotaging the show with the overmodulation, and there could be other passive-aggressive things that Chin is doing here.
He's not helping.
Well, this might be the most passive-aggressive thing that he's doing, because this is the first thing when they go, Chin, what do you got? This is the first thing that he brings up.
What else you got, Chin?
Okay, have you seen this? Can you guys answer this equation? So 2 + 2 × 2.
Yeah,
It'd be 8.
it'd be 8.
Final answer?
4 × 2 is 8. No,
2 + 2 is 4 × 2.
is 8.
4 × 2 is 8. Are we missing something here?
Yeah.
Wait,
I like how smug Bryan is. He's like, yeah, no, I got it. I showed my work and everything. Brendan's going, oof. Let's see. There's 3 different 2s, but
borrow a pencil.
there's that
Well, he
multiplication
answered first, but there's
symbol.
trust issues. There's trust issues.
Yeah. But obviously they're being set up here. They wouldn't be that easy. Right. They wouldn't be showing that if it was that easy.
wait. 2 + 2. 2 + 2
Is 4.
4.
Times 2.
2 + 2.
Is it 4
× 2?
No, that'd be 4 × 4, 16.
Try it on your calculators right now on your
Holy
phone
shit.
and see what happens.
He just said it was 16. All you had to do is just be like, are you sure about that? I don't know, 23? I don't know. Fuck. No, I'm not sure.
You probably should have researched this.
But, Adam, why would Chin pull this up if not to just embarrass these guys, right? Mm-hmm. That's the
right.
only reason to do this. Because we find out the answer to this equation. And notice I like Adam. I'm not challenging him. I'm not asking him. And same with Chris. I'm not asking either of you guys what you think the answer is.
I like Chin for doing this.
I love that
He's
Chin did
Make
this.
me get a big yard with
And I could
bugs in
answer
it.
it correctly, just choosing not to. That's all I'm doing.
Correct. We all know the answer. It's very easy, but Brendan's blown away by it.
Is it 16?
2, 4.
Brendan's taking his shoe off to count his toes.
2 + 2.
I'm missing something because it's 4 × 2, isn't it?
Most people would agree with you, but
It's
that's not how
6.
it works. Yeah.
Right.
Why is it 6?
Because you have to do multiplication before you do addition or subtraction.
Oh, so 2 × 2 is
4
4.
+ 2.
Plus 2 is 6.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Go figure.
Bryan spent a lot of time on his phone there and came up with nothing.
Well, no. Bryan saw that the answer was 6. He went to his calculator, put in 2 + 2 × 2, enter, and it said 6. And he goes, I'll be ding-danged.
Yeah. My phone's broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brendan still didn't understand. He's just like, whoa. How does this work?
I said 16.
Yeah, right. It was close. Sure. And what's funny about this is that he's supposed to now show a video of people who don't know the answer to this. But instead, the co-host didn't know the answer to this. So it's going to be really difficult to be like, all right, let's clown these idiots who don't know how math works. So this falls very flat.
Interesting.
See them, you're like them.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about this as well.
Shit.
And just people just getting it wrong.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, most people would just be like 2 + 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So
Yeah, like these two idiots. That's who you're talking about, Chin. Right to their faces. And watch Brendan's response.
The more you know, Chin. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thanks, asshole. Thanks for making us look stupid on our show.
Hey, you told me to bring something up.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And right, they brought nothing. Chin's like, I got a thing. How about I humiliate you now? Thanks, Chin. Yeah, you're the
He
best.
sounded genuine. You're welcome. He sounded very sincere.
Now, this is my favorite part of the show right here. Because they don't end up showing this video. Obviously, it's not going to work. Watching other people get this wrong. No one's going to say 16, I guarantee. No one's that dumb. So it could only be better than what these guys came up with. So then they go to the next story. And I did a little zoom on this one because we see Chin pull up a YouTube video and we see the suggestions come up on the right-hand side of other videos to watch.
This is horrible. What's up, Art?
I'm just trying to do it with widgets.
Oh.
I have 2 and I have 2. I put those together. I have now 4. Then I double that. That would be 8. So I'm so confused.
Wait, terrifying hot air balloon accident kills.
This is amazing. Chin has in his algorithm from Podcast Cringe the embarrassing text that Brendan Schaub doesn't want you to see is the video that's showing up right there next to the video that he's showing of some hot air balloon disaster. It's not lost on me that Bryan is still trying to argue why his answer of 8 was correct. Even though they're like, no, it's 6. Your iPhone says it. I just said it. Like, moving on. But how funny is that this is what this video, there it is right there. The truth with an arrow, like the thumbnail is like Brendan's dumb face with the words the truth pointing at him and everything else. And he plays this video without going full screen. So this little thumbnail is showing up on the side the whole time. And watch how Brendan, I think he notices it and he leans in and gets real close to see what's going on.
13 people,
That
including.
guy looks like he was in the balloon.
It's also,
He does have a.
it also showed up right there when the video ended.
Yeah.
And it showed the suggestions. There it is, pretty big right there. That's hilarious.
Seems very current.
He does have a.
He might be the survivor. Look at his face.
So 13 people, including the pilot, survived.
Yeah, I don't fuck with any of that, man.
That guy looks like he survived it.
Yes. He looks
All
like
right,
he's
right here.
so
Brendan,
scared.
Look at his
Brendan
eyes.
notices it.
Let me
Watch.
see what he says.
He's like,
You can tell he just went through hell. Look at his eyes.
I don't think he
He's
says
not
it.
doing well.
Hey, that guy looks like me.
yeah, look at the body language. So he just leaned in and looked real close. And now look at his facial expressions here.
Yeah, absolutely terrifying. Thank you for that, Reed.
He has crazy eyes.
That's terrible.
He's like, oh man, is Chin fucking with me?
Yeah. I might not know where Bryan lives, but I know where you live, motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Correct. And so this is from Brendan Schaub's podcast. I want to give a little credit to Reddit because this is from the Fighter and the Kid subreddit. It's called Chin Nearly Got Fired for Being a Beast of a Producer. And this is an interesting thing to come out from everything we just saw.
Here's what Chin's talking about.
Yeah.
So we shoot that show. I come in Thursday, man. Choose my day off. I come in Thursday and we shoot this show, and then one of the cords wasn't connected all the way in, and it just shut down the power of all the cameras and TVs. Literally, we're about an hour in. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Chin's like, I don't know, the power shut off. I'm like, well, the cord came undone right there. I can see it. And then Chin's like, oh yeah, we didn't get any of that.
I didn't say it like that, but yeah, we tried to recover it. Yeah.
I mean, how long have you been doing this? Over 10 years with me? You've never messed up.
I know that was the biggest.
If you're like
one.
a new intern, I would have fired you on the spot.
I know.
I was so upset.
And you would have been right for it.
But you know what? I got the text that Tiger made the team.
Yeah, right at that moment.
I said, oh, kid, dude, God works in mysterious ways. I'll redo the show.
Yeah.
You could have called me like, hey, man, your dog just died. I'm like, what? Tiger made the team, though? I'd be good, baby. I'll be good. I'm fucking stoked, dude. Fucking stoked. Stoked, man.
What a great friend.
Is that crazy? I just wanted you to know that I definitely would have fired you. But it turns out that I'm putting all of my hopes for happiness in Austin on my son playing Little League. And he made the team. So I'm going to give you a pass for that reason. And I want to point this out. I got shit for this in our subreddit, I think. I don't know where I was reading it. I read shit about me a lot of places. I think it was our subreddit. People were telling me that I don't know anything about parenting and talking about when Brendan is depending on his son being successful at baseball in order for him to have happiness. I think it's bad for both parties. I think it's a horrible pressure to put on your 10-year-old son who's playing baseball. And it's a ridiculous way to live your life and try to like get through this thing you're going through. Like, you got to figure it out for yourself. And you saw it right there where it's just like, yeah, Chin fucked up big time. And if I didn't know him so well, I didn't force him to move out to Austin, I would have fired him on the spot.
I would have taken out all my anger at the situation I put myself and my family in on Chin, is what he's trying to say.
Right. Because literally, it's just like the only thing that saved him was the fact that his son made the baseball team.
What a prick.
I think people in the subreddit are pointing out that you can't even put a number or a price on that feeling you get when your kid wins the big thing, and that it can affect absolutely everything, and it can even validate a move. However, I think what you were pointing out and what we see so clearly here is that there is never a situation where you can say to an employee, no matter how horrible the thing is that happened to you, that you did, I would not be affected by it because this thing that happened to me was so great. That's just fucking cruel and weird.
Yeah. He's like, Chin, you're lucky that happened at that time, or else you'd be out on your ass. Which is the same as just saying, like, I should have fired you.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling for a guy.
Also, I'm a godlike creature controlling your existence.
The implication that what they lost in that session was irreplaceable. You know, when they were talking about how the parking is and what the weather's like.
Right.
Who are these podcasts?